Right, hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of the DA Corner with your favourite host and mine, me. This week's episode is a very special episode. I get to interview a very close friend of mine. I've known her for about 3-4 years now. She is from the same town as mine, Stanley, England. So today we're going to have an interview with my best friend, one of them. Please, everybody, you'll know her as Silver Wings, but I know her as the wonderful, sensational, absolutely fantastic Tammy Lee Mills. Tammy, welcome to DA Corner. So you're on the DA Corner. One of the many females I've been on the show. Not many males been on. Is that just because there are more females on DeviantArt than males?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
So anyway.
Before we get into the major business of DeviantArt and the actual galleries and stats, I just want to establish you as a person. So you're from Stanley.
Yes.
You're from South Stanley, obviously a slightly rougher area. What's it like living in South Stanley?
It's not very nice living in South Stanley. You get the right weirdos sometimes. I mean, there are pleasant people up and down my street because this is, frankly, the posh area of Stanley, right. South Stanley, which I'm not really proud of because it's still South Stanley.
Yeah, but surely it's not all that bad. I mean, there's got to be some good qualities to South Stanley.
Well, peacefulness, the fact that it's not on the main road, the fact that if you can look out my bedroom window, you'll see nothing but wood.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, obviously, I know you quite well because I see you pretty much every day and all that, and we are good friends. But not a lot of people actually know you. How would you describe yourself to anybody who's wanting a clear idea of what kind of person you are? How would you describe yourself as a person?
Describe myself as probably fun, caring, loving, crazy, insane.
And right, I mean,
very obsessive.
Well, I wouldn't say you're obsessive, but you can get obsessive about certain things, like housework, for instance. You're very precise about what you're doing, and especially cooking. You like doing that yourself, I've noticed. Obviously, not a lot of people know that in the outside world. But you do get quite territorial when it comes to things like the cooking and the housework and all that. Would you say that's a fair comment?
Yeah, I love cooking and I love cleaning, and I particularly don't like people that get in my way and mess things up.
So you're pretty much a perfectionist.
I wouldn't say a complete perfectionist because I can be a slob myself and just dump things and leave things.
Okay, well, we'll get back to your personality in a little bit. I just want to get to the heart of it, obviously to the DA Corner, so let's talk a bit about DA, or DeviantArt, for those who haven't yet worked out what the little D and the big 8 stands for. Right, obviously, first thing I want to look at is your stats. That's where we always start off. Before looking at it, you have seen your page views recently. It was about 6,000 and 777, something like that. It's 6,446 page views. Why do you think you're getting so many page views?
I really don't know. I know I've been on for at least 3 years now, so that could have had some sort of impact on it for being there for a while. But generally, I really haven't got a clue why.
Well, in total, you've got 55 deviations. And they've been viewed 1,094 times. How's that make you feel?
Wow.
So
that little view for that many, it must be 10 times the amount.
Yeah, I mean, well, apparently, obviously I'm just reading off your gallery stats available for anybody who wishes to have a look at her profile. You watch 17 people and 20 people watch you. Why do you think you attract a high number of watchers?
Maybe they enjoy my photographs.
Who doesn't?
I can't put them ones on.
Oh, okay. But I mean, overall, your deviations receive 504 comments, and of your 55 deviations, they've been added to people's favourites 40 times. So basically, you've received 40 favourites for your entire gallery so far.
Wow.
Why do you think that is?
people are crazy. No, maybe they enjoy the same stuff as I do. Maybe it's because I just keep things down to earth and real. I just show basic things in my life. I don't try and use Photoshop and try to spruce it up, and I just do things au natural.
Fair enough. Who doesn't like au natural? Without looking at your stats, obviously, because I've got them open up, and I don't usually let people look at the stats, but do you have any idea which of your works received the most comments?
I don't know, because I can't read the screen from here. I'm pretty much blind.
Yeah, we have got a massive light shining on her, if you hadn't noticed.
One of my favourite ones, I would say, would have to be Dead Fish.
Right. Well, actually, it's Do You Feel the Same?
Oh.
Poem you wrote. Any idea how many comments it received? It's the most popular in terms of comments. Any idea how much they've received?
About 30, perhaps.
Try 122.
122 for one poem.
122 for one poem.
Maybe I should write some more poems. I don't really write poems, but hey.
Let's take a look at that poem. We can take a look at that. If you just, obviously, out of your gallery, you generally put up imagery as opposed to written work. So it is a rather rare treat when we get literary work from you. Do you have any idea what the poem itself was about, looking back?
Thinking about it, it was a poem in response to a deviant comment of an ex of mine who's also on this lovely, fantastic art site.
Who will remain anonymous.
Yes. Basically, I wrote a comment and it churned up some extra feelings inside of me which I could not express during this comment. So I basically wrote a poem about how exactly I was feeling at the time.
Yeah, obviously it was posted on the 31st of October 2005. So that was quite a while ago. That's coming up 2 years. It is a fantastic poem. When you read it, the sun rises and you are there, the sun sets and you are there, I wait for you, you smile and take me in, do you feel the same? And it's a fantastic repetition all the way through of every last line, do you feel the same? It really gets the point across of the poem. What I really love, I have to admit, from my personal point of view, it's how the first verse kind of reflects in the second of last one. The sun rises and you are there, the sun sets and you are there. And in the second of last one, you've got, I still wait and watch the sun. You're still talking about that sun. It's going back to that first verse when you're talking about how when the sun sets and sunrise, he was there, and now you're still watching the sun even though he's not there. Were you thinking about that at the time, or was it just what you were writing at the time? Were you not thinking about... were you thinking about how you were structuring it, or were you more focused on what you were saying?
I was trying to consider the fact of the sunset and the sun rising, because I'm one of these weird people that believe obviously new life starts with a new sunrise and life can die at the sunset.
Right.
So I was thinking, obviously, if I did a reflection of both, and at the end I'm still doing this continuous motion of waiting, it would be just nice, I suppose. I wasn't really, really thinking about it. I was just...
So it was more natural than trying to come up with something, as some would say, rather intelligent.
Yeah, that's why I don't really write many poems, because it's hard for me to structurally think of it.
Well, moving on, do you have any idea what your most favoured piece of artwork is? Which piece of your artwork receives the most favourites out of all the other ones?
See, I would have thought it would probably be some of my scenes.
Right.
So
It is an image, and it is one of the scene pictures.
I would know, maybe something weird and interesting, like the sheep picture I would have thought was quirky.
You wanna know what it is?
Which one was that?
Malta 6.
Malta 6?
Yep. It is a lovely shot you've taken. Obviously this was taken while you were in Malta. What's the story behind this picture?
I think this was my first year in Malta. It should be 2005, I believe.
Yep, 2005, 2007. Yep, so this was...
My first year in Malta, and it was the first time I'd ever been out of England for a long time. And I was watching the sunset, and again, thinking back to a relationship I was used to be in, I was hoping that maybe somewhere this the same person was watching a sunset in their area. But generally, I just thought the colours were pretty.
Alright, that's fair. I mean, and it is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I would have thought it would probably be some of my scenes.
Right.
So
It is an image, and it is one of the scene pictures.
I would know, maybe something weird and interesting, like the sheep picture. I would have thought was quirky.
You wanna know what it is?
Which one was that?
Malta 6.
Malta 6.
Yep. It is a lovely shot you've taken. Obviously, this was taken while you were in Malta. What's the story behind this picture?
I think this was my first year in Malta. It should be 2005, I believe.
Yep, 2005, 2007. Yep, so this was
My first year in Malta, and it was the first time I'd ever been out of England for a long time. And I was watching the sunset, and
Yeah.
again, thinking back to a relationship I used to be in, I was hoping that maybe somewhere this same person was watching a sunset in their area. But generally, I just thought the colours were pretty.
Alright, that's fair. I mean, and it is a beautiful shot, but the next question I was asked, it's the next one. Do you know what the most commented on the favourite, sorry, the part of your gallery is? Do you know what your most commented on? It's most, sorry, not the commented, most viewed comments.
Oh.
Sorry, most viewed work in your gallery.
Don't know really.
Well, do you want to hazard a guess? Anything on there?
Gosh, don't know. Maybe some pictures of me.
Well, it is a picture of you.
My Malta one. Am I all wearing white?
No. It's actually this one. Hair curly.
Oh,
Microphone, folks. It's actually hair curly. Taken obviously on the 5th of July 2006. That's actually got 66 views.
wow.
66 people have viewed that. So yeah, that apparently is your most viewed deviation. Why do you think that is?
Maybe people are quite concerned when I kept saying I don't like my hair curly.
Well, you do look rather nice.
I don't look nice at all.
That's just your opinion. Well, we've talked about what other people believe are yours popular and what other people think is your favourite. What's your favourite piece of work, image or literary wise, on your gallery? What's your favourite?
My own gallery.
Yeah.
It'll have to be one of the Malta pictures myself. If you can scroll through them.
Yeah, sure.
See.
Yeah.
Might have to be View of St Paul's Bay. It's one of them. It's a bit down.
The view of St Paul's Bay. Obviously, that was taken on the 21st of January 2007.
Yeah, that was just.
Or at least that was
edited
that's where it was put onto DeviantArt. Obviously, it's a fantastic view of St Paul's Bay in Malta. Obviously, a lot of the pictures are from Malta. What is Malta like for anybody who hasn't been there themselves?
It's really hot. It has gorgeous crystal blue sky, like seas and skies, of course, as well.
Yeah.
Everybody is friendly and they speak English.
Yeah.
And if you just accidentally bump them, they start apologising to you before you even get a chance to say sorry.
So it's definitely an experience worth the trip.
Yes, and the buses you go on.
And you've been how many times?
I've been 3 times now.
3 times. So you obviously like it there.
I do love it there.
I've heard the food's excellent.
The food is brilliant, although if you're going to go, forget about a diet because you get food that is bigger than you can imagine. Only way I can describe it is if you got like a platter one day from a big restaurant, that's your main size. And if you don't, they just look at you and go, that's nothing, that's just your supper, you know, that's just supper. And they tell you off if you say, what? I can't eat this.
Okay, well obviously we've been talking about your stuff here. Let's talk about other people's work. Obviously you've had a chance to have a look at other people's work. You've met quite a few people recently.
Yes.
People like SOS Love and Sun Girl, who we interviewed very recently. I believe she probably was the last person I interviewed. You've met up with a few others, like Michelle Yeoh 71, another person we interviewed. I mean, you've met quite a few people recently. How's that? How did that happen?
Well, it was due to your interview with them, and I got to understand and know them a bit better, which got me interested in looking at their gallery.
Right. So you've been meeting new people because obviously you had your own friends on DeviantArt as well as everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel to start meeting new friends, especially ones that you've heard of before, obviously because we're friends so we talk. But how did it feel to make new friends such as these?
It feels really good. It makes me feel warm and bubbly inside to know that I've got somebody new I can talk to and share ideas with and chat to.
I mean, obviously that's part of the aim of the DA Corner, but moving slightly on with that, but within the same topic, other people's work.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you had to list at least one or two favourites, in regards to other people's works.
Yes.
I mean, obviously we're not looking for like your absolute most favourite, just like a few.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of those favourites? Were? I mean, because obviously, what kind of stuff do you look for in another person's art? Is there anything specific, or is it just whatever takes your fancy?
Mainly what takes my fancy, but for anime work, obviously I love anime, so if it comes to anime I like the cutesy shots or some of the really down-to-earth graphic-y types. For other things I mainly like landscape pictures.
So, when it comes to things like, we'll start off with anime. Are there any particular animes in mind, or anybody's animes that you've seen recently that you really like?
I love Michelle Yeoh 71's anime. I can't get enough of her work. She is fantastic.
She is talented.
She is fantastic. I love her pieces. I mean, one of my favourite one is the girlfriend picture she did from the Avril Lavigne music video. She said she had taken it off.
Uh-huh.
I love it so much. I just love the cutesy little image of the girl getting angry in the corner, and I just think it's fantastic.
She's also been doing commission work. Funny enough for me, she's been doing some work on Kit Faulkner and Malbar, characters for the story that you actually happen to be the creator of. Funny enough, because
Yes.
at the moment, for people that don't know, I'm actually working on a story at the moment. I haven't quite got a name for it. We're thinking of the Law Legacies or something like that. But actually, I'm just finding it. But the creator of it is in fact Silverwing's here. What was it? Where did this story come from?
It came from a dream I had one night about me being a princess and having two royal guards who protected me and watched over me, and it was basically a fight to stop the evil bad guys.
So obviously you've had a chance to look at Michelle Yeoh's work in regards to some of the characters. I mean, obviously when we take another look here, we'll just have a look at some of the artwork here.
Kit Faulkner, yes.
Obviously one of the main characters is a character called Kit Faulkner. He's kind of like second in command, if you will. And obviously we've seen his work, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Oh yes, I love the work and I love the image he's got for him. The very rugged and gun-wielding type. I wonder if we can get a picture of that through the webcam, I don't know. I'd have to probably swing the camera around. But
Well, people can access it. I'll provide the links for them to have a look it up.
oh good. But yeah, I like the image. The only thing I may say about it is I always go for more of a how can I put it? Knight, kings and kingdom type
Well, yeah,
kind of clothing.
obviously, like I said, there are various aspects to look at. She was working with the descriptions I was giving her.
Yeah.
Obviously. Moving away from obviously the story, because
Yes.
moving away from that at the moment, we'll go back to other people's faces. There is another anime-like artist. It's not just anime stuff, but he also does other stuff as well that you've actually got one of his works favoured. Black One God.
Yes.
The only male to be interviewed on the DA Corner so far. What do you think of him?
Well, from what I've heard of him so far, he's a very nice, sweet guy. but we haven't really talked an awful lot over DeviantArt.
Well, of course, like I said, in relation to the image that you've got, you've seen a bit of his work. Does that kind of anime strike you as something you like as well, or do you prefer the more cutesy?
I like Black Vanguard's stuff as well. It's more of the down to earth sort of type.
Yeah.
You know, it's the more realistic looking, not the complete cutesy comic book style, which I like both styles really.
So really, it's 6 2/3.
Yeah, it's basically the picture, the image, the lines, the colour.
Okay. What other kind of works do you like? I mean, obviously we're talking about the anime. You said you like a lot of landscape. What about written work? I mean, written work obviously. We've got poems and songs up by myself and by others that will remain anonymous. You've got people up there as well. But what do you look for? There are various aspects to look at. She was working with the descriptions I was giving her. Obviously. Moving away from obviously the story, because moving away from that at the moment. We'll go back to other people's faces. There is another anime like artist. It's not just anime stuff, but he also does other stuff as well that you've actually got one of his works favoured. Black Vanguard.
Yes.
The only male to be interviewed on the DA Corner so far. What do you think of him?
Well, from what I've heard of him so far, he's a very nice, sweet guy. But we haven't really talked an awful lot over DeviantArt.
Well, of course, like I said, in relation to the image that you've got, you've seen a bit of his work. Does that kind of anime strike you as something you like as well, or do you prefer the more cutesy?
I like Black Vanguard's stuff as well. It's more of the down to earth sort of type.
Yeah.
You know, it's the more realistic looking, not the complete cutesy comic book style, which I like both styles really.
So really, it's 6 2/3.
Yeah, it's basically the picture, the image, the lines, the colour.
Okay. What other kind of works do you like? I mean, obviously we're talking about the anime. You said you like a lot of landscape. What about written work? I mean, written work obviously. We've got poems and songs up by myself and by others that will remain anonymous. You've got people up there as well. But what do you look for in like landscape art? Is there any bit because obviously, me personally, I'm not a big fan of big country scenes and all that. I prefer things like seasides and like sunsets and night times. So what kind of landscapes really appeal to you?
Well, I particularly like ruined castles and cathedrals.
Go back to that night theme there.
Yeah, it's a bit more nighty thing. Yeah, I've got this weird habit. Well, I like medieval stuff really for some odd reason. But yeah, more like ruins at the moment. I like the beaches. I like sea, particularly images of water in.
Yeah.
Just anything cutesy. I mean.
Okay, so basically, what we say is, I mean, anime. Obviously, Michelle Yeoh, 71, and Black Vanguard, very good. Landscapes, you love the medieval scenes. Obviously, you got a lot of written work there. We discussed one of your favourites was The View from St Paul's Bay.
Yes.
Fantastic. So let's go back to more personal aspects. But before we go there, I want to talk about this new thing you've got in DeviantArt.
Yes.
eBay. What's that about?
Basically, I just thought it would be a lot more of an interesting way to get people interested in my stuff I'm selling. It gives people a chance to actually view it and have a look at it first before even putting a bid in. And if they want to ask questions, they don't have to do it through eBay, they can just ask me here.
So how are you putting that information up?
Well, I've just put it up as pictures really at the moment, and just...
So they can view it as deviations, and
Yeah.
I assume there'll be parts of your journal as well, where they can have a look at these deviations, they can put the information on, and I assume they can ask you about questions.
And they can send me a note or just comment on the picture via the deviation itself.
I mean, I've noticed you're selling something at the moment. You haven't quite put it on eBay yet, but you're going to. What is it that you're selling?
Basically, I'm selling the Walking Tall memorabilia,
Walking Tall, for anybody that doesn't know, it's a film starring The Rock and that guy from
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville, that's right.
From
Yeah, it's from
Jackass.
Jackass. Yeah, fantastic. It's a fantastic film if you like a bit of any action and a bit of a story. So, what kind of memorabilia have you got?
Well, basically we've got a 30 centimetre tall kind of standee, which has got the image of The Rock himself and Johnny Knoxville. It's basically the main premiere poster that they used for the movie. A 6-foot punching bag, so you can probably punch The Rock if you feel like it.
Who doesn't?
A medium-sized t-shirt, so it probably fit any medium male or even a female could wear, but
Yeah.
obviously it's a medium size, so I don't know what that would be in American standards.
Right.
And that's about it.
Okay, and obviously you haven't set a price yet, but you're still thinking about the price on that, but you're giving people a chance to look at it and see they're interested in it before buy. I think that's fantastic. It's an excellent idea. And if you were going to sell it, which would you be using? eBay, Amazon? Would you be using as sell it?
I probably will be putting it up on eBay to get the bidding going up.
Yeah.
But if anybody's really interested on DeviantArt and gives me a price for it,
They can come to you and buy it without having to go through eBay.
exactly,
And put it in a bidding war.
we could go straight through PayPal for
Right.
transfers.
I think that sounds fantastic. Well, we'll just get back to the personal aspects of your life now, as opposed to the DeviantArt aspect. As we haven't got much time left. You're 20 years old. Obviously, so you're quite young. What kind of things do you like to do when you've got spare time and you've got the money to do whatever? What do you really like to do?
I like baking. I like cooking and making food and treats. Some people have actually tried some of my food and said it was nice, and obviously I'd love to share it with people at DeviantArt, but it would be a little bit difficult.
Okay. Right. So, any ambitions?
Ambitions
What would you like to accomplish by the end of the year?
to get a job, hopefully. Get back signed up for university.
Okay, well, final question before we go into this little thing I've got planned. Just want to ask you, DeviantArt, why? Why are you a member of DeviantArt? I mean, not why did you join in the first place, why do you still use DeviantArt? What's its main purpose for you, beside the eBay thing?
My main purpose is to basically meet new friends, to express some of my photography really, and I'd like to post more photography up of particularly my food now, because I like showing off a little bit.
Right.
And I don't mind getting comments back from it and having a little bit of praise, or being told I'm rubbish in some cases as well.
Well, trust me, I've tasted your cooking, that can't be true. Okay, well, that's really all the questions I have in regards to this, so what I'm going to do now is just going to answer you some quick questions. It's actually a musical quick fire. Well, I'm going to ask a question, and your answer has to be a song title or a song lyric. These are going to be basic questions. You'll see them on many of the music quizzes I've done, and there's current music quizzes going out. Like I said, the answer has to be a song title or a lyric from a song. Okay, we don't need to necessarily know who the artist is, but if you want to give that as well, feel free. I won't go too fast. So, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, first question. When you first wake up in the morning and the sun's shining on your face, how do you feel?
Wake up in the morning. Sunlight raises my eyes. I don't know what the song's called.
We'll make it up as we go along, folks. Okay. Obviously, while you're cooking, what song would you like playing in the background?
I like dance music.
Is there any particular dance musics?
Every time we touch back Cascada. I like Cascada's music.
Song which reminds you of Michelle Yeoh 71.
Gosh. Oh, Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pizza Hut. Just cutesy, bubbly music.
Cutesy bubbly. There you go. She's not saying you're fat.
I'm not.
Definitely not. I can assure you that. She calls me fat. She's mean. What song reminds you? I mean, obviously, I know you're a big fan of it. So, what song comes to your mind when you see a Meet You Bear?
Jubadoldo. Yay!
If a Meet You Bear could sing, what song do you reckon it would be singing?
I love you, you love me. We should live for happily.
Okay, and finally, a song to describe how you're feeling now. Happy.
Woo woo.
What song's that?
Oh, the Ladybird song.
Oh, the Ladybird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We went to the Ladybird's picnic.
7, 8, 10. I don't think that's quite the lyrics there. We can get that in editing. Okay, right, well, that's all the questions I have. I'll not put you through that torture again. So in closing, have you got anything you want to say to the readers of this interview?
Keep joining DeviantArt. Stick on it for a long time. Trust me, it's well worth it. You meet lots of new friends, and the comments you get are really uplifting. You can really put a smile on your day if you get a good one, and you just read it and go, yay!
Well, that's all we have time for that segment. Thank you. So, what song comes to your mind when you see a Meet You Bear?
Jubadoldo. Yay!
If a Meet You Bear could sing, what song do you reckon it would be singing?
I love you, you love me. We should live for happily.
Okay, and finally, a song to describe how you're feeling now. Happy.
Woo woo.
What song's that?
Oh, the Ladybird song.
Oh, the Ladybird.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We went to the Ladybird's picnic.
7, 8, 10. I don't think that's quite the lyrics there. We can get that in editing. Okay, right, well, that's all the questions I have. I'll not put you through that torture again. So in closing, have you got anything you want to say to the readers of this interview?
Keep joining DeviantArt. Stick on it for a long time. Trust me, it's well worth it. You meet lots of new friends, and the comments you get are really uplifting. You can really put a smile on your day if you get a good one, and you just read it and go, yay!
Well, that's all we have time for that segment. Thank you very much for joining me today, obviously.
Yeah.
It's been a very interesting experience, the first face-to-face interview we've done.
Yes.
Like I said, it's been a pleasure to be able to interview you. Like I said, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tammy Lee, better known as Silverwings.
Hello.
Join me this Thursday night for a very special edition of DA Corner where...
You forgot the questions.
Huh?
You forgot the questions of everybody else.
Oh, I'll ask them now then.
You did, you forgot.
I forgot.
The one everyone's wrote in for.
I'll get it in editing.
Will you?
Yes.
Oh, I like when people come to watch this version.
I'll edit it.
You can't edit this video stream. It's
can.
live.
I
Live.
I can do what I want. I'm Tilly Taxel.
Live from his bedroom, mister.
Dunk.
Live.
Yes, also you've just waited for the questions to load up. Boom!
Let's copyright if you forgot about the questions.
I'll get it in Windows Movie Maker. Okay, well this question does come from Michelle71. What inspires you most?
In life generally, or just...
I'm assuming in your artwork.
What inspires me most? The random stuff that happens in my day-to-day life.
Okay, so what's your favourite colour?
Purple!
And what do you listen to while you, like, when you're working on a piece of art or poem, what do you generally listen to?
Very sad songs, really, or really heavy metal music. Probably like Rhapsody.
Rhapsody, oh fantastic. Black One God loves them. I'm sure you two will get them like house on fire. Okay, got another question from Anonymous. Obviously Anonymous here. If you just bear with me. Okay, the first question is, what influence does does your belief system have on your art, or the way she looks at, or the way you look at things and try to make them into art? Like, when you look at the scenery and all that, does your belief play a factor in that, or is it just a case of it's a nice scene and you just want to take the shot?
Sometimes I think that, wow, that's God, Big Buddy Rubber is, sometimes I feel, has he done a great job? Thumbs up to him. Or sometimes generally it's just a very pretty landscape.
Okay, again from Anonymous, what do you consider to be your greatest piece of work and why?
My greatest piece of work would probably be, I like the phone, would just be basically my landscape pictures of Malta. I just love the shots.
Okay, okay, and obviously, again from Anonymous, if you could be a sandwich filling, which sandwich filling would you be and why?
I'd be chicken tikka pieces and mayonnaise.
I love the chicken bit, you lost me at this tikka.
It was just tikka sauce.
Okay, okay, well that is all the questions we have for the moment, mainly because I've left the others at home. So, once again, thank you for being a part of this.
Yes.
Enchanted.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me.
Obviously next Thursday night, join me for a very special edition of DA Corner, as the next person we interviewed will be, well, me. It's going to be presented by a good friend of mine, met them very recently, Dolls from Heaven, known on DeviantArt. They've asked if they can interview me, and I've said yes. So I'm going to be interviewing this. If you can send all your questions to them, the link will be as followed for those watching the. For those reading this, for those watching it, you screw bad. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. Join us this Thursday when I shall be interviewed by none other than a very special guest host, Dolls from Heaven. Bye. Bye.